Well, after 5 Grammys, a Lifetime Achievement Award, the Blind Boys of Alabama are a celebrated and legendary gospel group. Their music transcends race and generations. In the CBS 42 News special report, we get the inside story of the Blind Boys of Alabama through the eyes of one of the 2 surviving members of the group. I got a very special moment with Birmingham's Jimmy Carter. Let's save a wretch like me. As one of the 2 surviving original members of the multi-Grammy award-winning group, the Blind Boys of Alabama, 85-year-old Jimmy Carter reflects on their humble beginnings, even their first song.
It might have been a song called Little Children, Go Where I Send Thee.
How's it go?
It goes, little children, go where I send thee. I forgot it.
Carter has not forgotten how the group formed 7 decades ago at the Alabama Institute for the Negro Blind.
To heaven. So we sang in the choir, and then we sang in the male chorus, and from that came the Blind Boys of Alabama.
But that name would come later. The group began as the Happy Land Jubilee Singers. Around the same time, another group of blind singers in Mississippi formed, calling themselves the Jackson Harmoniers.
This promoter in New Jersey heard about these groups, and so he devised a gimmick and said, we're going to have a battle of music between the Blind Boys of Alabama and the Blind Boys of Mississippi. He was the one that gave us the name.
Carter says the Blind Boys of Mississippi won the battle.
They won, we won the war. So after that, we decided to keep the name. So they kept the Blind Boys of Mississippi, and we kept the Blind Boys of Alabama. That's how that name came to be.
Neither group saw the other as a competitor.
One of the Blind Boys of Alabama couldn't make a show. The one of the Blind Boys of Mississippi would step right in. And then vice versa, you know. So it wasn't no enemy thing. It was a friendly rivalry. That's what it was.
The accolades have poured in for the Blind Boys of Alabama, including 5 Grammys.
You know, to be able to hold that Grammy and take a picture with it and all that, it was something to behold. I never forgot that.
The Blind Boys' most recent performance here was this July at Freedom Fest in Hoover. In August, they're hitting the road to promote their upcoming release, emotionally titled Almost Home.
It means that, you know, it won't be too long before we'll be able to rest.
As he prepares to rest, Carter says he now understands why he was born without sight.
If I had been able to see, I probably wouldn't be doing this. And he knew that. So this is what he wanted me to do. This is what my calling is. That's why I can't see. And now it doesn't bother me. I don't even worry about that.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter says he plans to keep singing about the goodness of God until it is time to rest. There's one other surviving original member. His name is Clarence Fountain. He lives in Louisiana, but his health doesn't allow him to tour with the group these days. And by the way, Jamie, the Blind Boys of Alabama's new CD, which is called Going Almost Home, will be released on August 18th.
Wow, so 2 original members still left, and their legacy's no sight of stopping, right?
That's right. They're getting ready to go on a tour, a national tour. At 85 years old, he's looking forward to that, but he says one day he hopes that someone will set him up to just be in Vegas at a casino somewhere just singing night after night after night.
I don't think they'll have a problem with that. What an inspiring story, I love it.
Yeah, hey, I think I got a friend for life there.
Oh,
Great
I bet
guy.
you do.
Yeah.
He sounds like it.